Welcome to Lore. This is the start of the Lore channel. Here you find the great tales, important information, and short stories about the life and fantastical beings in the world of Cardano. Chapter 0, 1 of 5. Beginning of the Timeless Lore. The four timeless kingdoms of the world of Cardano endured 2 millennia of catastrophic wars, which wreaked havoc on many of their vital natural resources. The cataclysmic events would have led to a foreseeable disastrous end to all inhabitants, so a peace treaty came into effect to restore harmony in the lands to establish a habitable future. 1 century later, the world of Cardano has almost fully recovered due to efficient mitigation plans. Conflicts found resolutions, and old enemies became trusted companions. Tranquility reigned across the kingdoms, and the lands prospered due to the flow of knowledge and resources that were magnanimously shared between the inhabitants of Skycappy, Moonfell, and Fandor, as they converged in Moonfell, the central trading and diplomacy settlement in the world of Cardano. 2 of 5. Skycappy, land above the clouds. Skycappy is a mountainous region with the highest elevation of all kingdoms, far above the clouds. The inhabitants, known as the Havelis, rule the skies since time immemorial. Their slender builds seem to have developed over time to adjust to their aerial environment, a naturally formed optimization spanning hundreds of generations. They are renowned for their hawk-eyed vision and borderline supernatural reflexes. While the Havila King's bloodline is blessed with natural wings, most of the common populace honed raising and taming skills to call forth giant birds to carry them to their homes up in the mountains and down to the valleys below. Crop production in the region is quite challenging due to non-fertile grounds, but the Havilas managed to overcome the agronomic challenges through mastering the agricultural sciences before peace and trade came to fruition. Rumor has it that the royal guard has control over an unknown number of dragons, but as only a few outsiders have stepped foot into Skycappy, the fact of the matter remains a mystery. Urisdun, land of abundance. Life in Urisdun is beset by worry over Yenardak, an active volcano that seems to be lying in wait to erupt once more, despite having done so historically only once. Various minerals were brought up to the surface as a result of the eruption, giving rise to fertile grounds and an economy dependent on both agricultural and mining. The Kleins, Urisdun's inhabitants, found great fortune in planting and harvesting a wide variety of crops. They are known to have let greed take over their better senses, always in search for more riches, the temptation, their opulent reserves leading them to venture dangerously close to Yenardak in search of precious gemstones and minerals. The lava flow yield a reliable source of energy to operate their heavy machines, heating systems, and many other uses. The Kleins are dwarfish in stature and strength, well suited for their vocation, but they find it wearisome to travel far on foot. They find comfort in their natural environment and use magical portals to teleport their way across longer distances. They drive to reach the unimaginable, and their perseverance in realizing those ambitions are key traits that define the Kleins. Moonfell, land in the shadows. The land in the shadows has its name from the dense forest that surrounds it. It is inhabited by the Ormondas, the people of the kingdom of Moonfell. There are many tales in which the enchanted forest confuses strangers with magical illusions to wander around and never be seen again. It protects the kingdom of Moonfell from intruders while providing the Ormondas a source of various natural and magical herbs. The Ormondas are masters of herbology to the point they have antidotes for most toxins, medicines for most diseases, and potions to enhance different powers for a certain time. Their physique is not nearly as great as their mental strength, which is why they evolve their hiding skills and use the magic of the forest to deceive their enemies in battle. They live in close touch with nature and tirelessly study the always new mystical changes of their lands. Fandor, the unknown land. Fandor consists out of two big mountain regions, which are called the Unknown Mountains for a reason. No one ever made it out alive except for its inhabitants, the Yirus. The Yirus avoid the sunlight and solely live in these massive domains, isolated from other people. Survivors of war describe them to have hyper-sharpened senses, an incredible pain resistance, and an aggressive nature. This is the reason why they are feared as deadly foes. It is said that everyone who caught a clear glimpse of a Yirus never spoke again, out of sheer fright. This makes not only the exploration of the region very hard, but also the communication. The Yirus' only peaceful action in the last century was to prevent attacks on foreign territory. It is believed that these mountains contain many valuable minerals and sediments, but also underground rivers and cavities. What you can tell them when you send it to them.